Hello, my name is Tehmina Goskar and I am the Programme Leader for Cornwall Museums Partnership's Citizen Curators programme, which from 2021 is going online. The programme is supported by the Museums Association's Esmée Fairbairn Collections Fund, and 7 museums in Cornwall are taking part. Citizen Curators is a free online programme aimed at people who want to learn more about museums and curating. What is the purpose of a museum? How can they be relevant in today's society? What is a curator and what do they need to know how to do? The programme will be delivered through a series of fortnightly webinars and discussion groups from January to June 2021.
I'm Julia Webb Harvey and I'm based at the Museum of Cornish Life. I love the Citizen Curators programme because it's reflective. From big topics like why are museums even there, through issues such as the decolonisation of museums' collections, to my small musings like why did I even like museums as a child? I love Citizen Curators programme because it's practical. I've been able to try to apply the learning and to look for the stories in the collections, and in doing that, find my own voice in the museum. This programme could seriously expand your horizons. If you are curious, love heritage and history, then apply. You never know where it might take you.
Let's look at some of the things that our webinars and discussion sessions throughout the 6-month programme will cover. So we will cover fundamentals like what collections are, what curators do. We will look at the research skills that are useful to you as curators. We will think about the different ways in which museums can communicate with different audiences to be accessible and inclusive. We will look at concepts of communities. Who do we exist for? We will think about diversity, identity and inclusion. And we will also look at the different ways that museums interpret subjects, collections and different stories, both within their museums and online. Some of the things that we will focus on will, for example, include exhibitions and displays inside a museum, how we catalogue objects, how we present museum stories online, and what it is that museums do in their communities or can do in their communities to be more rooted in them.
I'm Andrew. I was a citizen curator at Falmouth Art Gallery. I'm a writer and artist based in Penryn. The thing that I loved about the programme was how it helped me to situate galleries and museums in a community context and understand their role, and it gave me a framework for how they can or might engage communities. One of the things we were encouraged to do on the programme was submit to a Cornish national collection. This encouraged me to speak to a neighbour of mine, and we submitted a t-shirt of his which was designed by a local artist and related to cabaret mechanical theatre in Falmouth.
We will also be looking at some of the big topics of the day that are currently of concern to museum people, such as decolonisation, anti-racism, thinking about how the stories we tell have been biased or prejudiced in the past, and thinking of how we can uncover and identify those hidden stories and the people who've been previously marginalised from those stories. We will also be thinking about other concerns of society like climate action and the climate emergency. There will also be opportunity for you to present some of your thoughts and ideas about what your museums can do differently. Citizen Curators is very much about supporting your own voice and supporting new conversations between you and your museums, as well as your museums and the wider public.
Hi, I'm John Swarbrook and I was a Citizen Curator at the Penlee House Museum in Penzance. The course was brilliant for me because it gave me such a lot of knowledge I didn't have before, and with that knowledge came a lot of confidence as well. So the sessions themselves with Tehmina were great. We had lots of information and I'm amazed how much we managed to learn in such a short period of time. But it was also great because I got to meet people I would normally never have met. and we had fantastic discussions which ranged all over the place, but were always relevant to the subject. In terms of what I learned from it and what I've gained from it, I'm also a trustee at Giva, my museum, and already on the basis of what I learned, I've developed a couple of exhibitions there for the post-COVID period. At the same time, though, I am going to continue, obviously, working with Penley House, having had the opportunity last November, as part of the Citizen Curator programme, to put together an exhibition of art of particular interest to myself, but hopefully to other people. So I do thoroughly recommend it to you. It's a fabulous thing to do, and it's truly life-changing.
So let's take a look at what you will need to fully take part in the Citizen Curators programme 2021. You will need access to a recent-ish computer, laptop or tablet. We will be delivering the webinars via Microsoft Teams, and we will be also using Teams for our discussion groups and meetings. For the conversations you have while you develop your projects at your host museums, there might be other platforms like Zoom. They usually need the same kind of technical requirement, and all of them will definitely need a good quality broadband connection. If you would like to take part but are worried about the technical requirements, please get in touch with me or your host museum and we will see what we can do. The other thing you will need is a certain time commitment. The webinars will be approximately 1.5 to 2 hours long. They will take place fortnightly, and you will see with this video a provisional timetable as well. You should also make yourself available to communicate, again, mainly digitally, with your host museum as you develop the projects that you work on there.
I'm Sian, I'm at Will Martin Museum. I'm an engagement officer there now. I've just finished my role as trainee curator. I love being a citizen curator because it actually gave me a real sense of museum work. Outside of just standing in a gallery and not really doing much, and I would recommend it to anyone that wants a bit of experience in museums or wants to work in museums, because I think it's a really great way of fostering a sense of collaboration and not competition, and I think that's really important, and that helped me tremendously going into my trainee curator role. It's a really great opportunity to meet similar people, get some good experience, and work in a really great Cornish museum.
I hope you've been inspired by hearing some of those testimonials from former Citizen Curators to think about joining Citizen Curators for 2021. The latest information about the programme will be posted to www.cornwallmuseumspartnership.org.uk/citizen-curators.